AK-47 has liberated I don't know how many countries, and it's even today it's used by countries in their police force, in their militaries. Look at how much that gun right now, and look at the history that gun has achieved. It's been duplicated by many countries. You see what I'm saying? It's been duplicated by many countries. People just know that firearm is AK-47. Those are somebody's initials. You see what I'm saying? The man who created that firearm, the firearm that you can dig from underground and it can still work. The firearm you can shoot underwater. You see what I'm saying? It still works. And it still bears his initials. AK-47. Alfred Kalishnikov. That is the only firearm. There's some other guns by now you can. But even way back then, when he created this fire, it was the most powerful weapon ever. Even today it still is, because it's still the preferred weapon of all militaries, especially guerrilla militaries, liberation movement. It's still the preferred, even if you go to Africa, my brother. Wonke amaphoyisa ase-Africa nase-Namibia, Zimbabwe bonke basebenzisa i-AK-47 namasoja khona. Yithi kuphela South Africa we're not using AK-47. Ama-Asians ke wona futhi ke they've even duplicated the AK-47 and made their own. They made plastic. Because you can get plastic AKs from China. That thing. The Chinese don't like to use metal. It's too expensive, so they use plastic. And it's light and it's very effective, but it heats up. So it's there. As Africans, we were colonized in many different ways. Others were aggressive. Others appeared to be with you. Others appeared to be working with you. Among us, they were very, very liberal in their colonization and very diplomatic in their colonization. Among us, would colonize you, but they would make you feel like you had the power. They would give you a title. Take your kids and take them into Europe and educate them. Give you a title. You are an umpire, you are a minister, you are a those titles general governor, general what. And then you had those very aggressive, like the Portuguese and the French. Those, they wanted their presence to be felt. Take people to prison camps, enslave them, shoot them, give jobs to everyone. So Amangesi, Namaponu, more introduce apartheid. There was defender from Amangesi, basically. Because Amaponu, abantu base South Africa, history of South Africa ngazuthi bayithatha kanjani. Kunale 200 years before kufika Amangesi esiphile namabhunu. Uyangithola? You must understand ukuthi aboyan van Riebeeck mabafika la, aboyan van Riebeeck abazanga nabafazi la South Africa. Bafike la nabama bayiboshwa za le Holland, bathunywe to discover new lands. Bafika la ne Cape Town bagula bafa baphethwa abo scurvy and all of that. And they were rescued by the Bushmen and later on by the Xhosa. And they ended up living with those societies. You understand? And then on a later stage, you had the Malaysians come in Cape, you see. So societies were living together, Xhosa, Bushmen, the Afrikaner, the Malaysians. So there was that interaction. For the history of South Africa, it's disturbed, masekufika Amangesi. Amangesi phela wona mafika is superpower, afika disturb yonke into disturb namabhunu. Laba babatholela. Uyabona? Amabhunu nawo aba on the offensive. Uyabona? Ukuthi hayi manje lawa sebazangani. Uyabona? And amabhunu bona bawabheka bodakhe ukuthi mara nina siphila nani mos? Wasingahlashini sonke sihlashela abantu. Uyabona? Kwathola ukuthi Amangesi azanani ne divide and rule. Uyabona? And basebenzisa ikhala. Uyabona? Babekela ingamla ngapha, babekela ama Cape Malaysian ngapha, la bese babiza amakhaladi ngapha, babekela udakhi ngapha. Uyabona? Everyone from amabhunu nawo aphatheka tayi nathi sizozilwela. Uyabona? Amabhunu mawafoma apartheid was defender kumangesi. Ngoba na apartheid uma uthi ayilandelela the way bayifome ngakhona. Mawuthi ayilandele bathi separate development. Uyabona? Is you develop on your own there, nathi we shall develop on our own here. Uyabona? Bebathi separate development. Thina sifuna ukuziprotect. Amabhunu kahle kahle bawazi protect. Yabona? Against all these other superpower. Thina kwenzakala ukuthi thina sawela amachaphazelo wabo. Yabona mabazi protect. Yabona? Wabona ukuthi nalaba nabo mele sizi protect against bona ngoba laba badizi laba. Laba bahamba nomoya. Kufika lo uyaba convince nalo uyaba convince so nabo laba mele sibabheke. Yabona? Udaki azange abe ne backbone yokuphakama. Azange abe ne backbone. Up to today singabodaki base South Africa sikabe ne backbone yophakama. la amanye amazwe la Africa phakemile yabona never mind ama revolution wabo aya infiltrate wagcina sekuba ne-betrayal and what but they did stand up and fight i-colonial yabona obaba meetana nayo on the battleground yabona fire was exchanged tina we didn't have that opportunity yokuthi actually fight the colonized. Tina we negotiated our way out, we surrendered yabona due to our advice abo Mandela and the likes yabona amabhunu even through that compromise thina siyenzile amabhunu still protected themselves yabona they secured the rights to land, they secured the rights to economy yabona and whatever they had built yabona off our backs, off our sweat, they managed to secure it and keep it even up to today yabona because even if noma uyabheka i-land claims court amabhunu ayenze sure ukuthi ANC ayifaka in a corner but no, you can only claim land taken from you after 1913 yabona ANC signed on that yabona by 1913 uDaki kade sengasenamhlaba they were already done with taking the land yabona abantu kade sebavele ba dispossess, so what land are you going to claim after 1913? So amabhunu now was protected yabona that thing now was protect against uDaki, against amangesi yabona ngoba babona ukuthi the real aggressor lana ilamangesi phela they colonized everything, the Americans, the Asians, everybody was colonized by the British, even the Japanese and the Chinese, even the Indians themselves were colonized by the British, even America was founded by the British yabona Africa majority yabona so yiba ama aggressors yabo but kule situation njengoba icheck khona manje ay city politicized yabona we are abantu bethu they are all about material yabona others they like to brag like they have lots of money but they actually don't yabona it's sad our people angazi like we have found angazi with how to describe abantu base South Africa but it's depressing yabona it's very depressing because mawutiyabheka these politicians they are able to get away with a lot yabona because of the false politics that they push to people. There's that saying but it takes a village to raise a child yabona and then once somewhere I read they put it extra, they say and if that village doesn't raise that child proper, that child will come back to burn that village yabona. So that's what is happening. The village is burning because all the children were not raised proper. So now the village is burning. All these children are coming back to burn the village in all different ways. Because they were not raised proper. Even the country is falling apart. Where South Africa is over in 10 years? I keep asking that question. Abantwana bethu right now, mina eKaslam, inqosi laseKaslam, ivuka ekseni igqoka uniform. Iyocherine out, iyescared. Mayiphuma ngegate ifasi izolo ibuleke yavala estradini yabona ibuleke ifasi izolo dlula abantu abadala ayinandaba nalede ngifasi mayiceda ilayita khwa iblome ekhoneni ifake full uniform bema insango no cherry dlula abantu abadala makangana ne-age akasabi nokucela ithama lase next door ithama lengcosa adlala nayo baba kasibongele ngicela ngiphume echeese ngifuna ukulayita lana insango uyabona moral degeneration akusekho umthetho yabona. So where is this country going to be in 10 years? I want right now, so kuvuka enye into manje ukuthi foreigners are killing people, shooting people. Who's pushing that idea? Yabona, there's another element coming. Yabona, yes, there's another element coming manje. Yabuthi manje sikumele manje sibe sibhekane ngelinye ilihlo manje. Who's pushing that idea? And where is that idea going? Yabona that because our borders are opened by the government. Yabona, black people don't own companies. Who hires foreigners? It's white people, and they hire them for reason. In South African country to in a home affairs, igune ministry of home affairs. Sine department of international affairs. Our policies to guard our borders, to make sure that the citizens of this country are first preference in industry. Where are those policies? Because there's not even monitoring. White people, they don't hire South Africans because a South African one he must get a holiday, providence funds, UIF, he must have security, he has the right to strike, he unama medical day offs, maga pregnant, mela uhlale ekhaya, maga gula. All those things. Companies don't want to deal with that. Companies, they just want somebody who's going to be a machine, who's going to work from Monday to Sunday, and they give you that money that you don't have to argue with. So these foreigners, they come in here, they are seeking savings because the countries they come from are fucked up. I'm sure I'm Europeans. So they come here. Yeah, it's like America. It's like all the Latin Americans who want to go to America because they think America is a land of land and honey. And then they get there and see that it's not. So all Africans are thinking South Africa is a land of milk and honey. Things are happening. If I get there, tomorrow I'm going to find a job, I'm going to be rich. And they come with all kinds of skills and all kinds of knowledge that they come with from their countries. And then when they get there, when they reach failure, they don't get those jobs, they don't get those things. Now they create their own employment. Others, they create their own employment proper. They start businesses, small businesses. Others, they go into crime because they need to survive. Like a South African who's here, who doesn't have a job, who doesn't have anywhere to go, he needs to survive, he goes to crime. So it's no difference. But one other thing, it's not different. Now you've got the Chinese. The Chinese are coming here. Do you know what is the biggest market, Yama China? Especially the underground market, Yama China, is pornography. Chinese, they make their money on pornography like it's going out of fashion. You understand? Now, they import pornography in all these European countries, and there's a high alert for them. And they are big also on human trafficking and on drugs. And hard drugs, mind you. Heroin, cocaine, all these hard drugs. The Chinese, they manufacture those. And they bring them to European countries. Now you can imagine how much of those drugs we have here and of that pornography we have here in South Africa, because our borders are open. Now you hear of South African women who are being sold to go to Dubai, all those things. Where are we going to be in 10 years? Being that we have education weak. Education in South Africa is very weak. It's very, even university education. Because let's go to university. How many engineers do we have as graduates who are seeking work? Okay? Engineers, they are seeking work. Do you know what ama engineers wethu, they end up working for a factory like abo Clover, and what they are in charge of, they're the ones who maintain those conveyor belts as a Clover, and when they could be creating big stuff. They're not inventing. Once I met this boy, got me so mad. This boy, I'm in a situation, I'm in an environment where you know those people who like to chomelana, I'm this and this and this. So this boy says, I'm an engineer. I can build a plane, an engine for a plane. I can service an engine for a plane. I can start to build an engine for a plane from scratch. Why? So I'm saying to him, okay, so currently what are you doing? He says, no, I'm spanner in some factory. Factory ends are sources. What are you doing in that factory? I'm the one responsible for machine corner, the manufacturing machines and what. So when you are you are a mechanic. When that's basically what you do. When the machine breaks down, you go and fix it. No, that's not what I'm doing. What are you doing? I'm servicing Tanga, you are a mechanic. If a conveyor belt, some source is broken, you're gonna go and replace that conveyor belt. So when as an engineer who can build an engine for a plane, what engine have you built so far? Okay? Because as an engineer who builds a plane, even your car, you should be servicing your car your own self. But you tell me what you're taking your car to service. Whole engineer. So you want to go disabling education. Because their education, we to be creative. We don't have a South African car. Right now we have a problem with electricity. We've been having load shedding for 13 years. In a country that's got how many universities? Who are considered to be the best universities in Africa, who can compete with universities of the world. But we've been having a load shedding problem for 13 years. Come on. The quality of education. Enji Motshekga came into, she's been a Minister of Education under how many presidents? 3. Under Thabo Mbeki, under Zuma, and currently under Uland. uSiril Ramaphosa. Education is a shame. Angazi ukuthi sekayichange how many times curriculum education, but still sucks. Open up a grade 12 book. A grade 12 book, open it, a history. Go through it. A grade 12 book, a history. Abantwana bethu basafunda European history. Yabo Herzog and what? A Cold War. And then it stops in the Cold War. And then it talks about America. Abo Martin Luther King, abo Malcolm X, those social movements as America. And then it stops, and then it talks about truth and reconciliation. A little bit about truth and reconciliation. And then it talks about Mandela. And then it talks about briefly the liberation of African countries. But Mautia Pegana Corner, we are born with this son. And then what shocked me the most was when I looked at history of Robert Sobukwe on a grade 12 metric book. It's just a picture of Robert Sobukwe. Just a small picture, and underneath it is written the founder of the PAC who left the ANC and as in what year. And that's all the history of Robert Sobukwe you get on a grade 12 book. The South African government had a clause which was called the Sobukwe Clause, which was included in the South African Constitution. You understand? When the South African government arrested Robert Sobukwe, they put him in Robben Island, but they didn't put him with other prisoners. They put him in his own space, young told, and he was never sentenced. They put him there, and they made a clause that this man should not associate with anyone, and nobody should associate with this man, young told. And that clause was put in their parliament. That man he's the most dangerous politician. Nobody should associate with that man. It was called the Sobukwe Clause. People should look it up. They put it in their government, but in our history that is not even mentioned. The power of that man. The power of that, it's not even mentioned. That it's just a brief history. Even in the history ga Steve Biko. It's a brief history nje. So even our history from our kids is being shielded. So our kids don't even know the real history. They won't know themselves. You understand? They won't know where they are coming from, what they need to be doing, where they are. So basically they're just living day by day, hoping tomorrow they get money for Oka pipe and our kids now, they're less interested in education. Few kids are actually partaking seriously in education. We have one other thing. So our kids, they need that to know the world is big. And at the age that they are at, there's so many advantages for them and so many opportunities that they can pursue. And right now, even though Sugulo government is good, but opportunities are gone. Not only limited to here. Other kids, they're able to go online. The world is online and communicate and create opportunities for them outside. So that mindset we need. We need political classes. We don't have those things anymore. Debates. Debate team. I was part of the debate team. Big debate was big topic. A political or a non-political, melu hambi research ufunde kuzo deep lento le sachunakala igele. Sachunakala idade ngegele. Sekuyafundwa nje igele manje sekutshela ingcosi ukuthi hayi ozani neipika, ozani neitulo, ozani nani, kusasa sizo imitate ikonka, so thatha iclass si imitate ikonka, bhalwe konka ingcosi sigena nama fake glass, fake champagne. Lezo, into instilwe engcosini. Yayibona daddy.